Hi everybody, this is Zoltán Gáspár from Hungary, a philosopher and painter who I am, and I wish you tell some scientifically proved things. So it's a theory, a complex theory about the big question, who is the Messiah, who will be the Messiah, and which relationship he has got with the Antichrist. So the next question will be even that, who was or perhaps will be the Antichrist, or even both. So I've written a few years ago a text, a paper, which was published as well, and annual, monthly review of social sciences in Hungary, here in Hungary, with the title Valóság, that means in English reality. So the title is of the paper Religion and Metaphysics, Relation of Myth and Logos. This paper is readable freely on the net. It is available there on my webpage at academia.edu, Zoltán Gáspár, with the same title. It's the 7th chapter of my second book, which one has got the title The Possibility of the New Metaphysics. And as I said, this is the 7th chapter of the book, with the mentioned, the above emphasized subject. So I have to tell you some things about that very interesting subject. Who is the Messiah? For a Christian believer, it's not a question, not a real question, because Christianity says that Jesus Christ was the Messiah. That the only one Messiah, that means the Jewish Messiah, which person was predicted in the Old Testament in several places, in several passages. For example, book of Zechariah and etc. More prophets of the Old Testament had spoken about that person who is the seed and the branch of King David, who will be king and priest at the same time, and who will rebuild the temple of Judaism. So he will build up the third temple in the same place, which is Jerusalem as now, and the mountain of the temple. Exactly. So it's well known as well that the Jews don't accept Jesus Christ as their Messiah. They hadn't do that. So they have got good reasons, just like 2000 years ago, in the year AD 33, when Jesus, or in Hebrew, Yeshua, was executed, but by the order of Pontius Pilatus, Roman ruler of Judea. He was a local, I don't know the word right now, sorry, persecutor, okay, I remember. It can be true or not. One thing is sure, that both Christians and Jews can't be right at the same time. When Jesus was the true Messiah, then the Jews had making a big mistake with the execution of him. This is the tale by Christians Christians patriarchs at the old Roman age, for example Saint Augustine, etc. They said the Jews killed their own Messiah, which is who is a son of God and the Lord oneself. Yes, I know it's complicated, and most of even Christian believers, those people who say, I'm a believer Christian, they don't know that this divine person of Jesus Christ has got four times identity. Just because of this doctrine of Sancta Trinitas, he has got three identity: the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. And the fourth one is a human being, the predicted human being, in English the anointed, in Hebrew the Mashiach, so the Messiah, and ancient Greek Christos. The English version of the word is Christ. So Yeshua, Mashiach in Hebrew is in English Jesus Christ, or in Latin Jesus Christus, or in ancient Greek Jesus Christos. I say you predictably that I'm sure that the Jews have got right and have got right here. So I say that Jesus wasn't the Messiah. Jesus wasn't the Christ. But it is true as well that Jesus, or Yeshua in Hebrew, this is his original name, was a supernatural human being and the firstborn Son of God. It's just interesting how it can be possible that both statements of mine, how can be true, when Jesus wasn't the Christ, but he was the Son of God, not the only one, but the first one, the firstborn one. What I say now, I I try to interpret my thoughts about this issue. About the question, I have read some things. Firstly, what does it mean, Son of God? I have the results here. According to some papers on the internet, for example, Mr. Dave Bedwell's writing, which has got a role in the above mentioned paper of mine, Religion and Metaphysics. This priest says, Mr. Bedwell says that the Son of God at the age of Jesus meant for the Jews angel. So simply, it's not a symbolic one on the meaning that everybody, every human being, the whole mankind are the sons of God, or even the opposite is a fake one, is wrong, that Jesus was the only one Son of God. Neither is true. The Lord, so God, has got an army. He is the ruler of the armies, according to the Old Testament. But the soldiers of this army are the angels, and they are the sons of God. So, who is the firstborn Son of God? The answer is there. The firstborn Son of God is in Hebrew by name Hillel ben Sachar. That means in English, Venus, the son of the morning. By another name in Hebrew, his name is Satan, or in English, Satan. Satan, the devil. The prince of darkness, the destroyer, and the most powerful supernatural enemy of mankind, of human being, of human spirit. So it's just interesting because when I say that Jesus wasn't the Messiah, but he was the firstborn Son of God, then I say as well that he was the embodiment of Satan. So not of God, of Satan. He, as the firstborn Son of God, Jesus was the embodiment of Satan, or Lucifer, in his very close name. So that is the truth of the history. That means as well that Christianity is such a religion which was founded by Satan oneself. The Jews tried to kill him, but they didn't know that he is Satan, and he is immortal and supernatural being, who has got supernatural power, spiritual power. So even that's why he has survived his own death, and he took really wonders. And he needed that to this resurrection and these wonders to make a proof that he is God. But it wasn't true. He's not the Lord. He is Satan, the firstborn Son of God. It's not the same, of course. not the same case, even the opposite. Jesus or Satan spirit in the body of the man who had the name Jesus or Yeshua has founded such a religion which destroys morality, which is evil but hypocritic in the most imaginable value. This religion lies oneself even to the opposite what it is in reality, and even that's why is Christianity such a dangerous religion, more dangerous than Islam, for example, which religion is very violent, but it's just clear that it is such a violent spiritual institution. But by Christianity, the case is much more difficult even of this hypocritism of the Christians, or even that spirit, even of the because of the teachings of Jesus. Even that's why was such a dangerous religion, and it is today as well, because the church survived. The power of Christianity has weakened it, because we live another age. It's not the medieval age when the Catholic Church ruled the whole territory of the former Roman Empire, so whole Europe, nearly whole Europe. We live in another world when the Western civilization, which is has got the heritage of the former ages, the medieval and the ancient age, the age of Romans and the ancient Greeks and the ancient Jews of the Holy Land and diaspora later. But what we see nowadays in the Western civilization, that is very similar to the imperial age of the Roman Empire, and it was very big, and it was really an empire, and he had got not a king, it wasn't neither a republic, but in the later period it was an imperium, and the empire had got an emperor. So just like nowadays, when the Western civilization such a big and powerful and rich civilization, mainly its leader power, that country was got a very familiar or a famous, well-known name, the USA, the United States of America, is the leader power as that big country in the new world of the Western civilization. So the leader of that country is not more a president, he is an emperor, and his behavior is similar to the emperor of the ancient Rome. You know the person about I'm speaking now. His name is Mr. Donald Trump, the President of the United States of America. He's an emperor. But it's natural because the empire, I mean the Western civilization, is too big and too rich and too complicated to lead it as it could be done with a president, which means he's just the first man of the republic. The emperor is another story. The emperor is in the air, is the absolute ruler of the empire. So many about that. Return to the current theme, the current subject of this video. I hope that I may have made you to read my paper, what I mentioned above earlier, Religion and Metaphysics. You will understand much more. I hope, at least, as in this short video. That question remained a question. One thing is mostly sure, mostly important, that Satan is not a tail figure or God either. God is the infinite almighty and is omnitas subjectivum in my theory. That means the subjective allness, the only one infinity who can't incorporate oneself, so the embodiment wasn't the direct embodiment of infinity. God is the negation of finitude as infinity. So only a finitude, for example a ghost, can capture a human body or create a human-like body. I'm not sure that the special tale of the New Testament is true about the childhood of Jesus Christ and his birth from Virgin Mary, but it can be true as also. So I wasn't there, but the Bhagavad Gita says something other about Sri Krishna. He was just the same embodiment of Satan, only in earlier time of the world, 5,200 years ago was born Sri Krishna, who is the embodiment of Lord Vishnu, the supreme personality of Godhead, as the Hindus said. It's true. Just like as the other statement of Hindus that he was the 8th avatara, incarnation of the supreme personality of Godhead. And Jesus was the next one after Krishna, 2,000 years later. 3,000 years, more than 3,000 years later, about 3,200 years later, so 2,000 years ago, 2,000 about 2000 years ago. It's written in that holy scripture of the Hindus in the Bhagavad Gita why Satan needs that. Very rarely in the history of mankind, but he is interested to do that sometimes. It's written there why. He needs the belief in oneself. He needs the worship of oneself. And when it's weakened, he returns. He forms a human-like body. He appears, as the Bhagavad Gita says, in his original form. So a beautiful, handsome young man. We can see that in the images of Sri Krishna in the Hindu pictures, and the pictures of Hinduism, religious images, pictures. Sorry, my English is not perfect. It's not bad, but it could be even better. But I try to interpret properly what I want to say. That's all. I can't tell you everything in this video, but I hope it was interesting in some ways. Bye bye.